Well, hello. My name is Jared Baldwin. I I do these talk and talk immersions in English, and I usually for my day job I do IT, um, and my passion is to study and learn IT. I like computer science. I have a dog that's um, as a border collie, and I just hope everyone here has a good time. So, Marcelo, can you give an introduction?
Yeah, of course. My name is Marcelo. I live in Rio, in Brazil. I am 64. I'm gonna be 65 next week. Well, I am an entrepreneur. I have about three small firms, or I can say that. I have a lot of interests, and due to my age, I have a lot of skills because I've been in so many universities and I love to study. Well, I am married. I have two sons, Gabriel and Bruno. They are 29 and 30. They have their own businesses also. I've been in this kind of life since I was 17, running my own businesses. And well, I in my free time, as we say here, I love to read biographies and study philosophy. And some hobbies that I have is to fly model airplanes, because I've used to fly real airplanes, and also play the drums, play the guitar, and um, have a glass of wine with my friends. That's it.
Thank you, Marcelo. It's always good to hear that you do so many things. Yeah. All right. What about you, Giovanni?
Hey guys, I'm Giovanni. I'm 26. I have two kids. I have a cat also. Call it Dust from Darth Vader, or you can um how can I say? I I I like I don't know the name in English, but is Le Trois Musketeer. Uh, and I like this book so much, and um I put the name of my cat to Dart because the main character is D'Artagnan in the book. Yeah, that's it. I'm a software engineer, and now I'm studying software architecture, and I'm um trying to know how the things work under the hood in the in a software or in a complex system. And yep, that's it for me.
Thank you, Giovanni. And how about you, Felipe?
Uh, Hi guys, my name is Felipe Lira. I am 46 years old. I live in Recife with my wife, my daughter, and four pets. I work as a network and security analyst in a company from Brazil. Uh, at the moment, I'm working home office. My free time, I like to go to the beach, riding a bike, and read books, technical books. I like so much. And that's it, guys.
Thank you, Felipe. And now, I would like to post the questions for in chat for everyone to read. Um, let's see. All right. Well, for anyone need to know, this is talk and talk immersion. We all take turns, answering these questions, giving our thoughts about um, what we think and feel about each question, and we're going to have a great time. I am a student. I'm not a teacher. I am not certified as a teacher. I'm just here to have a good time with everyone, and I hope everyone who's listening in from YouTube have a good time as well. All right. Well, with this first question, it is, if you had 1 week of vacation, would you prefer to relax in one place like a beach or cabin, or try to see as many sights as possible? Um, I find it that when I see many sites in a 1 week vacation, I get very burnt out. Like it's just, especially when have to plan out transportation or walk from place to place, I find it to be very exhausting. For those that go on trips like to Disney or anything, there's a lot of walking and moving around, and sometimes it could be a hot day. There's you just need to take a break. Other times it's like any other place you want to go to, a place like Rome and you want to see all the sights. Well, there's a lot of walking too, and I mean, I for those that do take a trip to Rome or anywhere else, I suggest taking good transportation, get some car rides, because if you're gonna hurt, you can keep walking around like that. uh, what do you think about this question, Marcelo?
Well, first of all, I think that just 1 week of vacation is not enough. Of course, it's um, it's a poor vacation. Well, actually, when you are so anxious to see a lot of things, when you go to a foreign place, sometimes you feel it's like I have an example here is a relative that went to to Europe and she saw Europe through the window of that bus. So it was amazing. Wow. 1 day in Belgium, 1 day in blah blah blah, 1 day. Wow, come on, it's not enough. I think we have to feel the place. Uh, we have to be as natives, especially when you go to a restaurant and you find a place to. You have to feel like being there as a native, not as a tourist, because it's so different. Of course, 1 week of vacation. I don't know if I would prefer to be just in a resort near the beach, or it's good, okay, but I would prefer to stay 1 week living in a small city or in a city or in a neighborhood to feel the energy of that place. I would prefer to stay uh, in the same place and live that place with a really feeling of belong.
I get what you mean, and I think that it is, in my opinion, would be better to see one thing and soak up in all the what you can, if it's like a museum or anything, to soak up all the information, get like look at all the artists instead of just going and taking like 2 minutes per art piece. Just take your time, be like, this is the artist, this is what they did, this is why they paint this painting. It's just you want to feel like you're just a part of everything. You just want to feel part of the place. I don't understand it. Yeah. Giovanni, what do you think about this question?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm having a little trouble here. Just give me 1 minute, please.
All right. Felipe,
Yeah,
How would you answer that?
yes, of course. Uh, as Marcelo said, 1 week is it's so fast, to take a vacation. But I prefer uh, try to see many sites. Uh, for example, when I go to travel, I prefer to stay 1 day in one place to see the different views, different beaches, different landscape, instead of stay relax in a hotel, for example, relax. It's my choose when I have a vacation. That's it.
Yeah, for that, I think when you're in a place where maybe you're hiking somewhere, you're going to this mountainous area or you're on this canyon, it's you kind of want to see more than so that's the type of situation I can see where you want to see as much as possible. Um, because I mean it's just fun to explore. It feels like an adventure. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'll go on to question two. The question is, what's your ideal um, travel dynamic? Going solo with one of the close companion, or in a large group of friends or family? Um, I like to have one close companion. Um, that way, it's I can feel like I'm sharing an experience. I would uh, take my partner with me to different places when I go somewhere solo, I feel like yeah, this is great, but it's hard to really, you know, like it doesn't feel the same. It just feels like you're living in the moment, but you're just missing a piece for me. I would like to have that one companion. When it's a large group, there's a lot of conflicting opinions about where to go, where to see. Um, everyone has there's a lot of conflict in groups, and usually a lot of conflict in large tour groups.
Yeah.
But I prefer at least one close companion to share the experience with. What do you think, Marcelo?
Well, it depends on the travel, but I have all of those experiences when my kids were so young. I usually went into groups, but as you've said, it's so annoying because some people are so lazy and other people are so fast, and it's so strange where you want to go to a place to have lunch and the other guy wants to eat something else, and it's so strange. But you have to deal with that. But today I prefer to travel with one companion, my son. I've been in some places with my both my sons, one each time, and it's great because you can share moments, you can be more close to your relative, and you can. This is a new experience that you don't have at home. Probably because at home sometimes you don't talk to your relative as being in a very close travel, because you are supposed to be together, to sleep together, to go to any places together. Um, this is so interesting. My last travel with my son Gabriel was that we've traveled to Japan. It was amazing, and it was about 20 days, and that's it. I've been in 4 cities. I could feel the city. I could go to the places where the native people usually go to to have dinner or to eat at lunch or the parks. A lot of very interesting place, and it's so comfortable, and it's like being confident to your companion because you have to share all those moments, and I think it's the best way to travel.
I agree. And recent experience I've had with my partner is that we went on a cruise earlier this year. It was just both of us, and it just felt memorable just going around the cruise ship, experiencing the different restaurants, the places, taking pictures. It felt very like real, and I can just look back at those pictures and think I'm really happy about it. But if it wouldn't be the same if I were just to take a picture of myself anywhere, it just look like I'm lonely or something. But it's or if you have a group, it's gonna be like kind of chaotic sometimes. But I prefer to just have my partner with most trips. Um, Giovanni, what do you think about the second question?
Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Um, I prefer to travel with my family, with my wife and my kids. I like to share my experience with my entire family, and sometimes I like to travel with my parents as well. But yeah, if um if I go to somewhere with my parents and my wife's parents, it's uh it uh, how can I say it? It could be a kind of chaotic also because it's um my family's my family and my wife's family is too big, and when we how can I say, when we come together, it's uh yeah, if we want to travel to somewhere, it's a little bit it's a little mess up, you know. And yeah, but I love to share my experience with my family and with my parents and my wife and kids, and I really prefer to travel with my family instead of solo because yeah, as you know, I cannot take pictures um of myself, and it's a little bit uh difficult to get a good landscape with me in the same scene, and yeah, I prefer to travel with someone in my I really prefer to travel with my family. Yeah, I I don't know, to travel uh lonely.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like traveling that places alone. It just feels it doesn't feel the same.
Yeah,
Felipe, what do you think about the question?
yeah, me too. I don't like the travel alone. I prefer to travel with my wife and daughter, and because we have the same, how can I say, the same tastes, the same uh, things that are the taste is similar between us. And I don't like so much to travel in a group, even in my family, because the conflicts, when you have a lot of people travel together, it's difficult because the conflicts. So because of that, I usually travel with my wife and daughter. That's it.
Yeah, we gotta keep it at least as small as you can.
Yeah.
Um, the third question is, would you rather explore a bustling modern city or a quiet, remote natural landscape? From my experiencing going to both for a trip, I find cities to be loud and hard to travel through. Um, because depending on where the city is, I mean, if you go to a foreign country and you don't understand the language, trying to navigate a city becomes challenging. They have different railway systems where you get the tickets. Um, like the stops, you have to understand where the stops, if they lead to the destination you need to go to. I found that natural landscapes are quite simple. You don't have to do much thinking. You start like if you were to go on a hike, you have a starting point, and then you just walk down a trail, and then you get to the end point. Maybe you make a few stops on the way to rest and recover, but you don't have to think too much about it. Cities are it's a lot to think about. I prefer the natural landscape. What do you think, Marcelo?
Well, I think we can have good time on all those kind of travels, bustling modern city or a quiet remote landscape. It depends on your mood, depends on the purpose of the travel. But even though you are in a bustling city, uh, it seems to me that it's like if you think about being in that city to see what you are supposed to see, in you can have these you can see a bustling city like a nature landscape or quiet landscape. Depends on the on the city, depends on the travel. Because, for instance, you can go to New York, for instance, it's a bustling and very noisy city, but uh, you can walk in Central Park. You can go to some places there. You can share this quiet moment. So it depends on your nature, your philosophy during your travel. Some people they think that they um, have to be like gaining every second as your time were dollars. And people say sometimes, I've heard that I don't sleep when I travel because I don't want to sleep in dollars. That's amazing. Well, come on, you can sleep, no problem. So I think it depends on what are you willing during the travel. And but for me, I think a bustling place is better because I can share more moments, and a quiet and a remote landscape you can find them any place, any country.
Thank you, Marcel. I think that's a good point. Giovanni, what do you think about this question?
Here I like to balance between how can I say modern city and landscapes. I um as um as what Marcelo said, um I how can I say that? I like some remote landscapes, and sometimes depending on my mood or something, I like to travel to a remote cabin and stay close to the nature. But I I believe I believe I can share some experience in a good restaurant or a appreciating
Are you
um,
losing connection with you right
architecture.
now?
I would say I like both. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Like we're losing connection with you?
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I took my wife to uh, groceries grocery store to uh, buy some groceries, and now I'm going back to my home, and yeah, I'm facing some uh, internet connection issues. But okay, I when I stay home, um, I will have a better internet connection.
Uh, Giovanni, random off-topic question, but are you driving right now while on this call?
No, my wife is driving.
Okay.
I,
Okay, I was wondering. I was concerned for a moment. Okay.
yes,
All
but my connection is a bit bad. But okay, when I stay in
right.
my home, I'll have the better connection.
All right. Well, thank you. Felipe, would you like to answer the question?
Yeah. Uh, I prefer to explore a remote nature landscape because it's my kind of preference. I like so much of the nature, the beach, things like that. Uh, I like to explore cities as well, but I don't like so much when the city is crowded. Like we need to facing a queue to drink or for lunch, things like that. I don't like to facing a queues to do something to enjoy the travel. That's it.
Thank you, Felipe. The next question is, what is more important for a good trip? Having amazing food or seeing incredible sights?
Oh.
If it's going back to Brazil, I would say the food. No, but if it's seriously though, but most of the time it's sights. But Brazil, I love the food. So for every other country it'll be the sights, but Brazil is the exception. I can't avoid the Brazilian barbecue. It's just too good. What do you think, Marcel?
Yeah, I can understand you. Okay, no problem. Well, I can see that the food is the best part of Brazil. No problem. Okay, yes, it's true. Well, depends. Depends on the place. Depends on the country you're supposed to go. Um, well, I love, for instance, all Brazilian foods. We have a lot of foods here. We have the feijoada, we have the barbecue, we have from the north of Brazil, we have a lot of uh, specialties. The northeast of Brazil, also the south of Brazil, we have a lot of Minas Gerais in the center of Brazil. We have a lot of different foods. And when you go to a place and you can have different foods. For me, like I am Spanish, so when I go to Spain, I probably I'm gonna look for food more than sights, or in the same level, of course. But we can have some places that the food is so awkward. I don't know, like Thailand. Well, I don't think so. If I would prefer to see all the temples and the sights, than more than the food. And so it depends. When you go to Europe, Portugal, Spain, well, we have a lot of countries that the food is so amazing, except UK because they have only fish and chips. That's what I don't like that, and that's it. It depends on the place, and you have to balance between the sites and between the food.
Yeah, you're right. It really does depend on the place. And I have a funny story real quick about how me and my wife first met, we were like talking about, the difference between Brazil barbecue and Texas barbecue. And at first I was like, I think Texas barbecue is hard to beat. And I was saying a bunch of good stuff about it. But when I went to visit Brazil, I when I tried the barbecue in Rio, I was blown away. I was like, you know what? Texas barbecue is pretty good, but Brazilian beats it. And I'm from Texas. I had their barbecue, and so yeah, I lost that. um, yeah, it was great. Um, what do you think about this question, Giovanni?
Oh, I, uh, I definitely say that uh, it's more important to um, trying new amazing food. I love to travel to other places, and try some new food that I don't have in my city or in my region. And um, as what Marcelo said, in the south of Brazil and southeast and the center of Brazil, we have a lot of different, um, how can I say, like food culture, because um, we have a lot of different. I don't say I don't know how to explain that, but we have a lot of kind of culturing in each region of Brazil, and we have um uh variety. I don't know how to say that, but a lot of different kind of food, and yes, um, it's not because I am Brazilian, but I love all kind of food here in Brazil. I have friends in Minas Gerais, and I um I I don't know. I tried to publication. The original publication is really good. The South barbecue is good. Here in the Northeast, we have a, a, a lot of different uh, foods that we make from the corn, and we have a lot of different um, foods. I don't know if it's correct, but it's made by corn or from corn. I don't know, but yeah, it's good as well. And yeah, my it's my passion when I travel to somewhere, and I really I really love um to try new foods and yeah, new tastes. That's it.
Yeah, I think that when the sites are amazing and all, and but I mean, usually you could just I wouldn't really say this is really excusable all the time, but you can just look at pictures of picked up places online or but the food, that's an experience a lot of times. You go there and you try their own food, their own culture. You get a taste of their own culture by trying their food, and you get to kind of understand them, and it's like it's a different experience than just looking at sites. Looking at sites is great, and there's a lot of places I would rather look at sites, but you can also get that experience from food. So I think it's wonderful. This next question is, do you prefer a meticulously planned itinerary, uh, or a completely spontaneous trip with no set plans? Um, I just have a little bit right in the middle. I'm okay with having some spontaneous parts of the plan. Most the overall plans should be planned out. I mean, going from like where the hotel will be, like how is it, will it be close to all these sites or restaurants? I like having a plan of, where's the flight will be at, how we can get to point A to point B. But there's some spontaneous parts I would like to include, like was okay, maybe this is interesting. What if we just try out this place instead than what we planned? Because it looks lively, looks exciting. Like, for example, when I went to Portugal, we me and my wife came across this area and there was just a bunch of people dancing and singing in a random spot. And we went to check it out, and there was just um, it was just having a good time, and it was not part of our plan, but it was great to listen. Some people were just trying to sing a lot of the American songs that we have, and it was interesting because they had their own version um, of it, and you don't get that experience. Sometimes you go off the beaten path, and you get to see something you would never get to see anywhere else. What do you think, Marcel?
Well, in my case, it's probably I have to prepare my trip, and it's very difficult to be different from what you have planned, because you have to buy the tickets, you have to book a hotel, and sometimes the Airbnb, and it's very difficult for a person today to go to a place just spontaneously, because you have to be scheduled. But it's my dream. It's my dream to go to a place and to be completely free. I want to be more days here and in this place. No problem. I could leave 3 days later. Nobody's asking what I have to do. Nobody is waiting for me. But it's something that I would do when I when I decided to retire. I mean, never. We cannot retire today. When you have your own business, it's very difficult for you to retire. But it's a dream to stay in those cities. What you want to do for free, without thinking about days, without thinking about money. I want to be here. I don't want to be here. I want to go to another place. This is so interesting. You can do that in some way when you have, for instance, when you can rent a car and you can go from place to another, from a city to another. It's not like the Camino de Santiago, but it's something that you can do in a free movement, and it's easy for you to do because you can keep only the tickets, the airplane tickets, but you can change a little bit all the movements, and you can take the risk to arrive in some city and look for a hotel. It probably it would be a problem, but you can do that. And I think it's so interesting. It brings energy and kind of mystery to the travel.
Yeah, you're right. It does add mystery to travel. Yeah, I think sometimes spontaneous needs to be included once in a while in your life, maybe after retirement. But it's good to add some sometimes. Everything is structured in life. Like you wake up, go to work, you do all these things, come back, and it's just like it's always the same thing every day. Sometimes it's great to just go and do whatever, just walk around, see what you could find. Need that life is too structured sometimes. What do you think, Giovanni?
Yeah, today because of because I'm working remotely, I think it's easier to do some spontaneous travels, and I like to do those, and sometimes I do some spontaneous travel, and last month I did it, and yeah, um, sometimes I I am on a Wednesday or a Thursday, and I think, okay, I believe I can take a rest. And if my work is in a peace, I would say, or I don't have some complex things to do. I I usually have these um, unplanned travels, and yeah, I believe it's a good habit uh, for me or for my family because um, we can I don't know to that go. Let me think. Uh, okay, I will translate. Give me a second. But sometimes I am uh, in a in a complex routine and doing a lot of things in my work or in my house or something in my home. And I want to get out of routine with my family, and I I do some I make some little travels to um, some near place, and I like to do uh, think simple things or only take a rest. But sometimes I am real tired, and I go to a far place, and uh, uh, I don't know to say that, but I get an Airbnb and only um, sleep and watch some some Netflix or something with my family, only to take a time to uh, take a time to the to my world. I would say um, without work um, or people, and only with my family. And I usually do this. Today it's um, a, a bit tricky to have these unplanned travels, but I like to do this. I believe it's important for us.
Mhm. Yeah, I think it's for the most part people try to do a balance. My stepfather would like to have it totally planned out to have a trip, while my mom's probably more of a spontaneous person. People have different opinions on how trips should be handled. And, yeah. Well, I think that concludes all the questions. What did you two think about this discussion titled The Art of Travel? Starting with you, Marcelo.
Yeah, this is a very interesting topic. I was thinking about what a lot of people say about the sabbatical year. That's something that I want to do. I don't know when, but I could do that. Keeping my job. Of course, I would like to have some support here to take this time. It makes me well. This chat makes me think about life and what are we doing here, and I have more serious thinking about this sabbatical year that this chat brought me inspiration.
Well, thank you, Marcelo. What about you, Giovanni?
Yeah, man. I already had some emotions with about travel and about travel in a general way. And always when I am talking about travel, I I think I can do some travel tomorrow or next week, and I believe I will travel next week to to another place. And yeah, that's it. I like to do this, and I I feel comfortable working remotely, and um I have my schedule here, and I I'm always on in my work and my job, and I'm not a businessman, but I'm an entrepreneur, and I have some demons from my work or the customers that I have here, and I can balance between my schedule and my free time or doing something different of my job or my routine. And yeah, always when I'm talking about some travel or some beautiful place, I how can I say, I think that I can. Why not? I can travel tomorrow, and that's it. And probably I will do this next week. Oh yeah, I will do this because next week is my wife's birthday, and yeah, for sure I will make a travel.
Well, that's wonderful. I hope she has a great birthday. And I'm happy that both of you came to my immersion today. I hope I see you two next week. I'll be having my immersion at the same time as usual. And yeah, take care and have a great evening.
Thank you
Yeah,
very
take
much,
care,
Jared.
guys.
Take care. Bye
See
bye.
ya.
Okay.